Morning. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm in Wiltshire. Glorious Wiltshire. A place that is technically my spiritual home, but I may talk about that in another video. Wow. We're going to go on a bit of an epic one today, but have no fear. We'll try and do the best we can. It really does suit more of a drone sort of aerial flight, this one. Obviously I don't have a drone, but that's okay. But today I'm going to take you to Barbury Castle, which was a Iron Age hill fort. Really, I know you're going to want to watch this one, so stick around with me, enjoy the history, and we'll see the views that are, well, you know, even though you might not be able to see them through the camera, trust me when I say it, pretty special. Let's go. In the truly beautiful Wiltshire countryside lies Barbury Castle, an Iron Age hill fort, and forms just one of a series of hill forts that helps form part of the Ridgeway route, which is said to be England's oldest road. The castle was built around 700 BC, consisting of two entrances, with an inner ditch and an outer rampart, and would have provided a strong presence on the landscape, mostly due to it providing an important public amenity and communication route on the Ridgeway. So much so that it was found to still be in use during Roman occupation and later on in the Saxon period, becoming part of the Saxon Kingdom of Wessex, following the defeat of the Romano-British at the Battle of Barbury, which actually took place on the site. As you can imagine, with a place of this scale, it's no surprise that in 1996 a geophysical survey revealed traces of 40 hut circles inside the castle. Its final role came when it was used for placing anti-aircraft guns on top during World War II. But either way, this and many hill forts along the Ridgeway serve as a reminder of our long lost ancient past, hopefully never to be forgotten. Hello, welcome back to this overcast day today, but it is very warm, so I'm okay. But this view is pretty breathtaking. You need to be here to truly appreciate it, really. There's a tree line over there, absolutely incredible. I've sort of picked that time when people are just starting to become active. The car park's free and it's a nice little walk down. I really recommend that you come down here. But it is just breathtaking. And to prove it, we land at the first information board. In fact, it's technically the second one, because the first one is sort of in the car park. It tells us that we're at the eastern entrance to the hill fort. And it is just incredible. So that's one of our ditches that we're looking down at, and then we've got an inner ditch as well. So what do? We should work our way up. We're now visitors in this hill fort. Now we've entered the gateway, and then we are greeted with this ditch that is huge. I don't know what, it's a great perspective. I don't know if you can see those small dots that are heading down there, but they're a couple of runners, female runners, who I've met in the car park. Not met. And they just seem to be doing laps around the hill fort, which I think is pretty cool, to be fair. You know, you've got to understand that it's a huge significance on our landscape. Hill forts always are. You know, the closest one that I have to where I live is obviously Barbury Hill Fort in Kent, near Sevenoaks. Really, that is no way near as good as the ones that you see in this neck of the woods. Like we always say before, Wiltshire is really a prime candidate for, if you want to understand about early man, early civilization, you can dot round here. And in fact that's what my journey is all about today, which is why I came out exclusively quite early, to relive our ancestors, relive our past, to trace back our former selves. And it's kind of crazy that I'm literally walking around one of the ditches, and just to sort of appreciate it for its worth. It really is just an absolute thing of beauty, and you can just see how high we are up. Again, I apologise that the camera isn't going to sort of do this necessarily justice, but you can imagine that this was a hub of community. Hill forts are just a beautiful sort of... Hill forts are beautiful in the way that they're designed to make you think about early ancestors. In this instance, they label them as Celts. I would prefer to refer to them as ancient Britons. That's just my take on my history. Some people say Celt, I say ancient Britain. So, you know, potato, potato. But I love it, I really do. And it is just, it's a walk, it's an exercise. It's a little bit windy today, so I apologise if that does come out. I'm going to try not to show too much of my ugly face in this video, just so you can admire and appreciate this epic hill fort. You can see the original, looks like chalk, sort of white flakes that crop in and out of the ground. And there's our outer ditch. Just incredible. Whilst I'm here, I think it might be appropriate to put a few things in scale for you. So let's do that. And what I mean by that is I want to sort of give you a perspective of height, and hopefully, I mean, like I said, the idea is that even though the ditches are still here in their format, the point is that this really isn't the true layout of them, if you know what I mean. I mean, you understand that they would have been a lot deeper, really impacting on this landscape. You could see it. I mean, like we said before, we have a fantastic view here. I can see for miles and miles. But yeah, let's we'll have a bit of fun. We'll try and put things in perspective, like I said. So what I'm going to do is I'm thinking about giving you an idea of how high these ditches are and everything else by putting myself in perspective. So I am 5'10", just shy of 5'11", and so hopefully we'll give you a rough height as to sort of how tall these ditches are, etc, etc. So let's go and try and do something a little bit crazy. Come on. Right, so we're standing on the outer ditch. I'm going to stand up on top, and you hopefully get a little perspective, and you also get to see me climb up. This is probably the shallowest ditch. Obviously the inner ditch is way deeper, so bear with me and let's have a look. Right, now this is the one that I'm dreading. So this is the inner ditch, and it's huge. So I'm going to get a good workout. So enjoy my hard labour for you. Let's try and do this, come on. So we made it to the western entrance, and that that board tells us so. As you can see, it will tell us that we've managed to do we've done part of the outer ditch. I mean, you know, make no bones about it. What I'd like to do is I'd like to do something a bit cool, actually, I think. So what we're gonna do is we came from the outer ditch on this section. And then what I'm thinking is, instead of going on the outer ditch all the way around, because that might make for a boring video for some of you, we're going to go into the inner ditch and then we're going to work around. And we'll come back to the start and then we'll head inside just so you get a flavour of it. If you're okay with that. Otherwise it's just going to be a video of me walking around a ditch. But I'm sure you're going to appreciate it. So come on, let's go. So now on the inner ditch here, it's starting to get a little bit windy, so we'll do our best and we'll keep walking around. Obviously in the inner ditch you get a beautiful view of actually the inside of the castle, or hill fort really. And often I was reading that board on the western entrance. I do think sometimes heritage sites might need to update their information, because although it's got everything you need on it, that's better, isn't it? Look at that. Although it's got the information you need, I sometimes think like the wording and everything feels a little bit out of date. Maybe the drawings and the pictures just seem a little bit, you know, old school. And I think that you need as many people to be encouraged to come to places like this. I do believe that information boards are a true testament to the ideas that we need to sort of just keep our history alive. We need to encourage people, so when they look at those information boards, they feel historically fulfilled in their journey. Here we are though. Almost when you're here, you can't, the scale's almost sometimes too big to comprehend. And like I said, it's a shame that I don't have a drone that you can get a full scale of this, but trust me, I've had a good old exercise today, just doing this. But I wouldn't change it for the world. And I think that's the most important thing, is that when you appreciate beauty like this, what our ancient ancestors did, whether, like we said before, the speculation was defence, community, or maybe all of them thrown in together. We love the idea that this now not only becomes a place for people to explore, but also for nature. Like this little fella. There you are. Yeah, very special. We're inside. It seems to be quite popular for people just to walk through, to go from the eastern to the western. entrances of the hill fort. I suppose quite refreshing to know that people even now still use this, and I wonder if the ghosts of our ancient ancestors would be amazed at their huge legacy, this huge build, this construction, still being used by people today. It's just a place to traverse the landscape, to talk about whatever they want to talk about, how their day's gone, you know, what about work, and just to shoot the breeze with people. We're just going to take a detour off the main road though, because off the motorway. No, and we're just going to sort of go, because I just want to sort of show you this part, really to give you an idea of really what we're looking at in terms of where you can see the ditches and mounds as you go around. This is really such an incredible spot to find yourself. You can see it dips, sort of as the hillside on the western side goes down, it slopes. And the other thing is that you can drive round technically from the western portal or the western entrance, and you can get to see it from up above. We're not going to do that today because we are just in it. We're in the history right now, and we're exploring it. Because that's what we do, don't we? We don't faff about with that sort of stuff. We get in there, don't we? But yeah, you can see, and even though it's the grass is starting to grow back, you can still see those mounds surrounding it. There you go, brilliant. So, in immortal words of Phoenix history, we need a good view, don't we? That would be a good one. So I'm gradually work my way towards the centre of the hill fort to have a moment of complete serenity, to really take in everything that's here. I know that this was not a rushed version, but a sort of semi-skip version, but I was trying to highlight most of the important things, so please forgive me if it wasn't the biggest detailed look ever, but I'm hoping it was enough for all of you out there to not only encourage you to come down here and explore this place, but if you can't, you've had a flavour of this, and it hopefully brings back memories of our ancient past. And if I've done that for you, fantastic, and if not, I will try harder next time, I promise. As I say goodbye to you, in immortal words of Phoenix history, never more so have they been truer, because history matters, and it really does, doesn't it? And I will see y'all very soon. I don't know what the ancient ancestors would think of me doing a YouTube channel, but you never know, they might be listening, they might be thankful. Take care everybody, bye for now, kapow.